is TNN, your TEIMUN News Network.
Welcome, this is Servaas van der Laan for the TEIMUN News Network. We have some breaking news for you at this moment. Last night the Colombian army bombed an assumed FARC rebel camp. 20 FARC rebels are killed according to Colombian officials. The situation in the region is becoming extremely tense because the Venezuelan government stated that the Colombian army bombed on Venezuelan territory. This reminds us of a situation that took place last year in which Colombia killed FARC leader Raúl Reyes, who was on Ecuadorian soil at that moment. According to Venezuelan officials, the Colombian army killed Venezuelan civilians as well. If this is true, this would mean a strong breach of the nation's sovereignty. Besides, there are statements that the Colombian army just slaughtered the men while they were sleeping, and there are rumors of strong human rights violations by Colombia. But we don't have any details for you at this moment. We'll get back on that later. Álvaro Uribe, the president of Colombia, is attacking the FARC rebels as hard as he can. The war with the FARC got another dimension with last year's bombardment on Raúl Reyes, when Colombia discovered that the president of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, had strong ties with the FARC movement. Now it looks like this attack is a way of saying by Colombia, Mr. Chavez, stop your support, it is over with the FARC and we don't care about your sovereignty. Well, as it looks like now we have some video material of last night's raid that's just arriving here in the TNN studio. Let's have a look at that for a moment.
The Colombian raid on Venezuelan territory is a move condemned by most Latin American governments and by superpower China. It pushed Venezuela into action and the country is demanding an apology right now. This is the body of Jorge Briceño, filmed by Colombian forces who killed him last night. The Marxist rebel leader, that is now pushing the Latin American continent to the brink of war. Briceño was hiding not in Colombia, but in the Venezuelan jungle, very near the border. Colombia says that he was plotting to buy enriched uranium to build a radioactive dirty bomb. Furthermore, Colombia forces found evidence that Briceño is receiving millions of dollars from Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez. These images are just brought in. They show us that Colombian special forces abseiled in and undertook an extremely dangerous nightly raid. Besides the money, they found laptops and documents which say that Venezuela still is helping and assisting the FARC terrorists.
We cannot allow terrorists in another country causing bloodshed to other people. My government's policy had always been to get them out, from wherever they are.
It is the second time within a little bit more than 1 year that Colombian commandos attack a FARC rebel camp on a foreign territory. After the raid that took place 1 year ago in Ecuador, diplomatic ties between Venezuela and Colombia are worse than ever. The situation in South America is getting very tense and, like we said earlier, they are on the brink of war.
That was some shocking video material there. Now with me in the studio is South America expert Mr. Mark van Emden. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mark, what do you think this will mean for this region?
Well, these new show of force by Colombia on Venezuelan soil is of course creating an interesting situation in the region, especially considering last year's attacks that took place on the soil of Ecuador with the death of Mr. Raúl Reyes. I'm a little bit concerned because of the fact that you have on the one hand Venezuela that's creating its own kind of sphere of influence, you know, with countries like Bolivia and Honduras having a tendency to move towards Venezuela, and on the other hand a great military power, Colombia, in the region that is more has more position towards the United States. So,
what do you think? What will be the reaction of Mr. Chavez in this situation?
Well, I don't know. On the other hand, he's probably angry, sincerely angry. Especially if these attacks are true, he has reason to be sincerely angry, of course. But then he also might take this opportunity to, take expand his so-called sphere of influence, and he might use this situation to gain more power in the region.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mark van Enden. This was it for the moment. Thank you for watching, Tina.